light setup, what does it take, Toby?
2 minutes maybe.
2 minutes?
Dimensions? 21 by 25 by 9.
That's
It's in the south side, yes.
Did you get that, sir?
Yeah.
21 by 25 by 9. Tony?
Regarding the DS200, I know you showed us, and I'm not talking the software, but the physical parts. Is there anything additionally in the works as far as upgrades to that? Like, is there a new, like in 2 years from now, there's gonna be a release with?
No, I think, well, I'll probably let Jed speak to it, but I think any upgrades we're looking at are more firmware compatible, Tony, so it would just be, and we've done a couple firmware, well, several, here in Cuyahoga, but even going from Unity to ElectionWare, but yeah, it'd be a firmware upgradable stick. The version we just got certified here in Cuyahoga County, pardon me, at the state of Ohio with the BVME was version 6020. Which is just obviously our latest and greatest version. The next big release is 6100, and we'll talk about what that brings probably this afternoon a little bit more about what brings. It's more software driven and more on DS200, but any enhancements we see coming on Green Pipe, Tony, will be firmware enhancements, so this unit can be brought up to include those enhancements. So, yes, sir.
For training, with the Automar currently, we couldn't take somebody through a full simulation of, but it sounds like we would be able to teach the managers how these things work.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you talk us through, I know that before, we currently have DS200 against, I know you asked me before, we're going to replace them. I think that, we probably would, but if we don't and wanted to stay with our current cans, what are the difference between the rails? Like, I know that.
You know, Judd?
It's really just we've made some changes to the feet on the DS200, so it's just a different rail to accommodate the new bottoms on the new DS200.
So we would, if you want to keep your current one, we would
Yeah,
just
we
change the rail out on
unscrew them
that.
and put the new ones in.
Is the dimensions inside of the top of that the same? We have foam, right? Like, I don't know if you can speak to what we did, but we purchased on the front, just the fronts, is that what we?
Yeah, I think
We have it on both sides,
right?
Yep, both sides. We've got foam that goes in between.
The dimensions are the same.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if you had that, there's kind of a nice little foam, is that on your guys' current unit, do you know? This little, how's it, okay. Okay, what's your size? Obviously, the front wheels do lock, and we can lock them in place. Obviously, the casters have all been upgraded.
Was the metal class for the seals, is that same gauge steel? I say this because the seals get yanked off when we don't intend for that. And I've seen them break in training, after multiple times.
One of the things that we can do, and we talked a little bit about this before we got started, but if the main bin is still in good condition and the carrying case is still in good condition, what we can do is look at a price to give you some of the upgrades. The steel doors, the better casters, add a second support post, those kind of things. And maybe that price still saves Cuyahoga County a bunch of money. So we'll work that up and get that figure to you, because maybe it's just upgrading the boxes that you have is the best path for you if you decide to go with this.
Any other questions? If not, I'll probably show you how to close the polls, and then I'll reopen them, let you guys, if anybody wants to cast a vote or anything. Obviously, open up questions as well, but obviously, the trust vote to close, pretty easy, just like the Automart. All you're going to do is shut it off, right? Because all the tabulation is done over within the DS200. So, and what you guys are currently doing on the DS200 is not going to change. All you're going to do is grab the barrel key at 7:30, open up the housing door here, and it has a power button, which you guys are all used to, and a close poll button. They hit close poll, it will give them one out. It's gonna say, hey, you selected to close the poll. Is that really what you wanna do? They go ahead and say, you know, don't open or don't close, keep voting, or go ahead and hit close poll. As soon as they hit the close poll, we'll automatically print out the tape, okay? And here again, you guys set how many tapes you want printed. What do we do here, Brian? 2, 3, 2. So post one on the wall and one comes back, okay? So initially it prints out a little a ballot status report. So this has 3 precincts on it, so it'll just tell you how many ballots were cast in each precinct, and then it will just start its voting result report, okay? So this isn't rocket science, you guys have all seen this, so I'm gonna cancel this, but I'm gonna show you, we have the write-in review set up for this, so you can at least kind of see what that looks like. I think I did a write-in on a card and a write-in on a ballot, so you can kind of see what that, yeah. So you can see that's a write-in from the actual card, and that's a write-in from the physical ballot itself. Okay, I can pass this around, but this is the main guy I want to show this to. So from the card, from the ballot. Okay. What that all looks like. That's from the express vote card, and that's from the true paper ballot. So kind of cool, and that can be turned on or off. You guys set that discretion. You don't have to print that if you don't want to. Obviously, in a big election with a lot of write-ins, you know, might be a lot of tape. We can handle it a lot on the back end as well. So, but pretty neat. Any other questions? You know, as I mentioned, 850 we're going to talk about this afternoon, along with the software and the ballotar, the ballot on demand system.
Has anything changed in the back of the DS200 where the power cord
Great question. I don't believe so. It's all pretty much standard what's back here.
So when
Okay.
you,
Still,
so if there's a misfeed and you have to pull that scanner forward, that power cord's still moving with the scanner?
yeah, it still moves with the scanner. You guys did implement that, we do have where the cord has a little housing now, right? Okay, I know when we initially delivered them, they didn't. So yeah, now there's a built-in kind of housing where the cord, so that cord can never get in the feed path
So it's
other
locked.
than where the ballot,
It
where we had
can't go
to
beyond
Right.
at that point.
initially, and just typing in the override password to get the polls back open here. So obviously you guys that are doing LNA right now, this is what pretty normal stuff to you, but after LNA you just open, it says there's votes on it, you want to reopen the poll or clear votes, just hit reopen. But obviously you hit clear votes and then we go in the admin menu and do the bypass. So nothing's really changed on that. So there again, change management on your end is going to be pretty limited, which is nice. Do you have a question?
It's kind of an obscure one, but it's, when it prints out that report, you get a series of all these numbers. The poll workers have to define which one of all those numbers has to be recorded in the electronic poll books. From a software standpoint, can you rewrite, like, so they know this is the one you're looking for? Like, can you rename any?
What is that number that you're looking for?
What is the number, Bob, remember how they never know which one to take from the tape? And we have to tell them, this is the one you're looking for to put into the electronic poll books for the end of the night counting. And the ballot accounting, and they never know which one of all those numbers to grab. Is there a way to rewrite, like, which one they're looking for? So it's more defined and labeled a different
As long
way, I
as
guess?
I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time figuring out what that number is. Is just total ballots cast?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I guess just renaming something, a particular number.
It would be like the.
Yeah, they never know which one to grab.
Ballots, number, voted
It's
ballots.
it's the voting results report, I think at the top, that it
Yeah.
just gives the total number of ballots that were cast on that specific scanner.
Okay.
So,
And what Joe's handing you, Chantil, is just kind of what's in the current, like you mentioned, the total number cast, but it won't break it out by ballot style.
you know, it looks pretty much the same.
No.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
I think what she's saying is there's a lot of information, like on
Yeah,
Tuesday
there's a
morning
lot
when
of
they're supposed to be
information.
checking for time and date, for example, there's a whole lot of data
Yeah.
that they're kinda looking and it gets lost.
And I didn't know
That's
if
all.
in-house they had the ability to reword categories, if that makes sense.
Heather or Toby?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never know which one to grab.
That initial report is kind of standard, to be honest with you, just kind of, that's what it spits out, time and date stamp and all that other stuff.
In-house, and then there was the word, something, so they know which one or something else.
And I'm not gonna lie, I owe you guys a thing that broke the darn. I don't know how, but I'm gonna blame it on Judd. Yes, sir.
You mentioned about some of the enhancements that was a ballot
That
jam.
makes sense.
Can you talk a little more specific about
It's like one of the.
Yeah, question was on, we eliminated a lot of the ballot jam, hopefully. So we changed the feed path, we made it a lot, the ballot guide is a lot longer. So usually what would cause jam if the ballot went in really skewed, you know, it would get caught up and have an issue. So we've just enhanced, there's beveled glass on the back end of this now, so it slides over much better, and it guides the ballot through the feed path longer to keep that ballot through straighter.
Okay, I have some questions. So we have not really discussed here about, House Bill 41, you know, and how we're gonna work the in-house operation. But what are the options as far as closing the polls down at night then and reopening them the next day, or keeping it open overnight and things like that? So,
I'm gonna let Toby speak to that.
we know that we would have to have several DS200s here.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure out, you know,